Colt Frontier Scout. Let's make sure that was 6. Was 6. This is a Colt Frontier Scout. This pistol is being lent to me by a viewer. He contacted me a couple months ago and he said, hey, I've got this beautiful Colt Frontier Scout. Would you be interested in doing a review with it? So I called him up, he left me his number, and found out he only lived about 10-15 minutes away from me. So one Sunday afternoon I made the short drive and picked it up. This is the pistol that I did the trick shot with, my tribute to Billy the Kid. So it is an awesome shooting pistol. Let me flip it over here. It's extremely humid out here right now, so the gun usually shines a little bit better than what it does. But the humidity and everything out here, I'm gonna have to give this thing a good oil bath when we get done shooting it. It's got rosewood grips on it. It's my understanding that they made these pistols started making them between 1957 and 1958. So Colt started making them to compete with the single 6, Ruger single 6. And you know, back in the 50s, the cowboy movies were real big, so everybody wanted a cowboy gun. Let me load this thing up. Of course, I said it's a 6-shot revolver and single action. This pistol shoots very well indeed. And we'll give you some things that I really like about it. Let me shoot it a few more times. See if we can hit that Kool-Aid bottle up there. I hit it. Let me get my glasses on. I always forget to do that. It's so humid out here, these things fog up. Alright, let's go with the Dolan tree. Make sure that's 6. And it is. This is a miniature version of the SAAs, the Colt single action army revolvers, excuse me. And I know you're going to ask me, well, there's going to be people who leave comments, which pistol I prefer, this Colt Frontier Scout or Ruger single 6. I own a Ruger single 6. Here is a Ruger single 6. I brought it out here to show you guys. Alright. The Frontier Scout is a little bit smaller. This hammer's not cocked, it's half cocked, so it's in safe position, it will not fire. The Frontier Scout's a little bit smaller. It's actually a lot lighter. This Ruger here has seen its better days. That is a 1976 Ruger. I don't know exactly when this pistol was made. I should have looked it up, but I didn't really have a chance. I've been extremely busy. This is a flat top, meaning there's no adjustable sights. You look down the barrel. It's got a real small front sight, blade front sight. I love that. I love that on pistols. The Ruger single 6 does have adjustable sights, but it has a big front sight on it. Okay, I prefer the Colt over the single 6. Okay, for a couple reasons. I like the sighting system better. I like the trigger better. It's lighter, and Colt actually, the finish looks a lot better on these pistols. Not to say that it's a better pistol than the single 6, because it's not really a better pistol, but it's a Colt. You know, who doesn't love a Colt? You guys know that I love Rugers too, but if I had $450 to spend, that's about as much as a single 6 cost, and that's about how much a good used Frontier Scout cost. If I had $450 to spend, I'd be buying a Frontier Scout. I enjoy shooting it. I've had it a couple weeks, but I've only had a few times to shoot it. It shoots extremely well. Let's shoot it a few more times. Make sure 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, like I said, they started producing these pistols around 1957, 1958. They discontinued these pistols in, I think, around 1970. I think they're just too expensive to make. You know, Colt does that a lot. A lot of their pistols, you know, including the Woodsman, which you guys know I'm a huge fan of the Woodsman. It was just getting too expensive for them to make. They weren't making a lot of money off of them. Competition was out there. So, you know, they discontinued them around 1970. I think around after 1960 or so, 62, 63, don't quote me on this, maybe some of you guys know, they started selling them with a 22 Magnum cylinder also, so you can change out the cylinder between a 22 long rifle and a 22 Magnum, which I think is pretty cool. All the single sixes do that. Now the single six is a little bit easier to take down. You know, on the single six you just have the push button on the side here, it takes it down. This one you actually have to unscrew, pull the pin out, and the cylinder comes out, and that's how you break it apart. So, but enough talking about it, let's shoot it a few more times. I think I'm shooting 100% on this video. Very rarely do I shoot 100%. Now that, you know, I probably jinxed myself, so I'll probably miss all 6 rounds this time. Put my eyes and ears back on. I did miss a few. Make sure it's 6. It is. Alright, my opinions of the pistol. Excellent shooter. Extremely accurate. Like I said, I like it better than the single 6. A couple weeks ago I was actually going to purchase one of these. It was a nickel plated one with plastic grips, but they're plastic, but they look like pearl handle grips. I was going to pick one up at a gun shop locally for about $435. Didn't have the cash on me at the time. Went back home to get the cash. I think 2 days later I was in that area again, stopped by there to get it, and they sold it. So, but I will be owning one of these, I promise you, at one time. But love the single action revolvers, always been a huge fan of them. So you know, it's just my opinion. I prefer them over the single 6. I love the single 6, don't get me wrong. But these things with this small blade front sight, they just shoot like a dream. And the trigger, man, it's butter. So, Colt Frontier Scout, guys. If you ever have a chance to pick one up, You'll thoroughly enjoy it. And if you own one of these pistols, leave some comments on it and tell me the things that you like about the pistol, maybe the problems you may have had out of them. But, you know, I can't see anything wrong with this pistol. Love it. Thanks for watching, guys.